As a hyper-realist painter, Adam Scott Rote references the iconography of America during the mid-20th century.
I just like being an American artist. I love grabbing at some of the things that were so phenomenal that we were about, that we made, that we did. Drive-ins, the Blue Note theaters, all of these great things came from us, came from being here in America. I just like to fondly look back at those times, and I like to paint them.
And his work clearly resonates with his fans, who make a very personal connection with his creations.
Every time I'm out and I see a mixture of work, I can always pick out Adam's art. It's incredible, it's very unique, and it's striking. There's no way to mistake it.
I love his work, but most of all, he is hands down the most recognizable artist I've ever seen. I can see his work from a mile away, and I know it's Adam Rote.
We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on. Join me home. We'll have some fun.
The influences in my work, if we were to look at the 50s, the 60s, the colors, the shapes of cars, of appliances. My gosh, the Philco refrigerator that my parents had when I was, when I can barely run, it's still running. And there was incredible shape, color, and design to it that brings great memories to me.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
There is perhaps a no more quintessential American experience than the drive-in movie. It merged the nation's two great loves, film and cars, and took the living room outdoors.
There is nothing more Americana than the drive-in. It was created by us. Actually, it was created to give the family a place to go to. Dad could relax and not have to worry about a suit and tie. And you kind of curled back up and watched a great American classic movie show on the screen.
But the reality of the parking lot doesn't mirror the perfection on the silver screen. Rote says that's by design.
When you look at the cars in the drive-in, none of them are pristine. To me, life is about scratches, nicks, cuts. Things aren't perfect, and that really comes across, and I think in my works, that you see that frozen moment, all these different things that are winding back like a time capsule.
The images are meant to be nostalgic, not melancholy. Rote asks the viewer to take a step back, slow down, and remember a time and pace before life got so clogged with cell phones, computers, texting, and video games. Since early 2010, Rote shifted the drive-in series into high gear with the uniques. More than limited editions, they're Rote's method of personalizing his work for each client while still reaching a broad audience.
I love the concept of the uniques because you've had this phenomenal painting, this one-of-a-kind idea, yet you had 30 other pieces of reference sitting over here that you coulda, woulda, shoulda put into it. So to me, the uniques are Groundhog Day. I get to relive this over, and I get to look at all those other concepts and ideas, like the drive-in, the screen, the sky, keep me focused. But my head is still running in the future with the new pieces that I want to create and do.
That compilation has now evolved into the Legends of the Silver Screen series, a tribute to some of the most iconic film stars of the last half-century. Stars like Esther Williams, Debbie Reynolds, Ernest Borgnine, Barbara Eden, Angie Dickinson, Burt Reynolds, Martin Landau, Jonathan Winters, and Stella Stevens helped guide Rote's paintbrush from the screen to the canvas, along with the ladies of Hitchcock, including Kim Novak, Joan Fontaine, and Tippi Hedren.
Adam recently captured my image from Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds for his nostalgic drive-in series. So sit back, relax, and take a drive with me as we explore the spectacular work of Adam Scott Rote.
Each of the original paintings is autographed by the screen legend it portrays and includes a certificate of authenticity hand-signed by the individual actor or actress.
Adam's latest compilation, entitled The Wild Ones, is near and dear to my heart, not just for his groundbreaking artistic merit, but because Adam has graciously chosen the Roar Foundation to benefit from his new line, with a portion of the proceeds going to the Shambhala Preserve.
Tippi Hedren founded Shambhala nearly 30 years ago to provide a sanctuary for big cats long after roadside zoos and private citizens realize they've purchased a so-called exotic pet they're not prepared to care for.
The wild ones celebrate these majestic cats in all their glory. Adam Scott Rote shares my devotion to provide these animals with the best care and support possible, as well as my passion for classic cinema.
One of Rote's signature touches are the transparents, spectral-like images of glamorous women from Hollywood's past. But the see-through figures don't represent a bygone era. In fact, they allow the viewer to focus on the rest of what's inside the frame.
I think what I've done is consistently shifted gears on subject matter and also venue, and have been very successful. I've been very blessed with that.
After a quarter century of recreating relevant, reverent images from his past to the present, Adam Scott Rote feels like he's just getting started.
When someone looks at my work, I believe in my heart they're walking away with a good feeling. They're going to tie their own emotions and their own thoughts to it, but I really believe they're taking away a piece of me with it.
Rote uses a combination of watercolor pencils, airbrush, and erasures. The slow, painstaking process of producing originals can sometimes take weeks to finish, but ultimately completing these works of spectacular realism makes all the hard work worth it. Rote cites master realist painters Charles Bell and Hajime Sorayama, along with legendary pinup artists Vargas and McGinnis, as his inspirations early on.
When I'm painting, I've had it asked a few times, what is your most favorite work that you did? And the words I can say is the one I'm working on now.